Happy National Pet Day. So today is April 11th. I don't know what day you're seeing this, but this is being posted on April 11th, National Pet Day. So if you have a pet, hold him tight, love on him a little bit extra, unless it's like a snake or a spider. I wouldn't know how you would be affectionate toward that, but we accept all kinds of pets here, whatever that pet may be. Just appreciate them because pets are literally so special and wonderful, and we love our pets. I wanted to take a moment today and do something fun. I made this shell to look like a giant paw print. It is beautiful in its own right. And what this paw is, if you haven't read the top corner, it's the Brindleton Pawspital. And I kept it as the name because it's the Pawspital. It's a paw. It's a paw and it's a hospital. Done. Like sold solid, here for it. And if you don't know, the hospital is the vet clinic, whatever you'd like to call it. This is what that is. And I really wanted to do something special. So I made a clinic. For your pets. After getting the basic shape down, I was trying to decide how I wanted to roof it. I ended up going in with platforms. It looks crazy, but sometimes you just got to be a little crazy and unhinged in The Sims to get where you're going, and so I make it work. But I wanted to make sure that I maintained that paw print shape. I didn't want it to go anywhere, so I actually never end up connecting the 4 little toe beans. I never connect them to the main office, and I think it really works out in the end. The main paw shape ends up being like the main reception area, waiting area, bathrooms, all that good stuff. And then I go in and make all the separate little toe beans examination rooms, minus one. One is like the veterinarian's office space, but not at first. At first, they're all for all exam rooms. Like I said, I didn't want to actually like connect them, so I do add some flat platforms in here to give shape to the ground and have kind of this walkway between these little rooms. And I definitely think it adds to the overall effect of the way this looks. So of course, we're getting in here, laying down lights, and then I start placing all the different things that you need to have a vet clinic. And it's actually really simple. You don't need a lot to have a vet's clinic. It could be real bare bones. And what's really cool is you can kind of have these like almost secondhand, I forget what they're called, but like almost secondhand like examination table. It doesn't have to be the nice clean one. You can start it off a little bit cheaper. I didn't go the cheaper route. I definitely just placed and had fun and made this like a dream come true. If I'm honest, I've never been to a vet's clinic. Grew up without animals because my mom is allergic to cats and dogs, and we just didn't have animals like that. We now have a family pet that is a Chihuahua. She is basically my sister's Chihuahua, but we live together, and she's basically my niece, and I love her to pieces. I've never had to take her to the vet, so still in my life have never been to a vet's clinic. To that, I mean, that's just crazy and scary, and taking my kids to doctors because they were sick. I mean, I can't imagine. My sister's Chihuahua had a stroke a couple weeks ago, and I mean, I bawled like a baby just being so afraid for her. Pets are just super special, and they hold a special place in so many people's hearts. So we're just celebrating pets today. But with that being said, I referred to my sister as, hey, I've never been to a vet's clinic. What do you usually see when you go? And so we talked about it, and she showed me pictures of her vet's office. And of course I could look it up and like find my own reference points. And I did a little bit, but I really wanted that firsthand knowledge of what this would look like. One day I'll have my own puppy or a kitten. I love cats. I love dogs. I love animals. It's real unfortunate growing up as an animal lover in a house that can't have animals. So we just didn't, you know what I mean? This is the bathroom, obviously. I wanted to have like a nice like stall moment, but I'm only using base game, cats and dogs, and get to work. You can definitely get by with just using base game and cats and dogs, obviously, because the vet's clinic comes with cats and dogs. There were just some things that I wanted to use that came with get to work, like the paper towel rack that goes in the bathroom or the hand sanitizers. There's just a few things, not a whole lot, but I like giving myself the chance to kind of break out and have a little extra. I think cats and dogs is one that a lot of people are going to have because, you know, you love animals, right? Like it's just one of those things, having animals in your game changes things up, you know? And then for Get to Work, it's such an old pack that I also feel like it's more than likely something that people have. And then of course, you know, you have base game. Like that's just it. I put these little paw prints kind of coming out of where there's going to be a back door going off into the offices. I just thought that was really cute, like a little walkway, so to speak. I do change the flooring out there at some point later on, but I kind of loved the paw prints. I felt like they were so cute. Last night, we had a terrible storm, and I don't always turn my computer off, but I typically will save my game, turn it down, step away. Well, apparently I didn't do that last night. And went to bed, woke up with a terrible thunderstorm, and we had lost power at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I got up and made sure my computer stayed off when the power came back on, so that way we wouldn't have any problems. Well, apparently I didn't save my game when I decided to like stop playing for the night. And so I lost a decent amount of progress. So if you see me doing anything twice, it's because I lost progress. But you know, things like that happen. I try to always remember to save my game. You know, we're human. But the great thing is that I already knew what I was doing, right? So I was able to kind of like just take a step, look at it, and get everything put back the way it was. Also, if I sound a little like nasally, sniffly, I am a little sick. My kids were sick. And of course, wouldn't be a mom if I didn't get sick after they were sick. Like they literally like get better and then it's my turn. And you know what? It's fine. I'm here for it. It's cool. They're feeling better and that's all that matters. And I'm like taking like tons of vitamins these days and trying to like keep all that stuff up and going good. Yeah, my body's still like, nah, I think you should be sick. So I'm a little sick. It's all good. Nothing stops it. I have fun playing in The Sims. It's like that cozy comfort game. So it's easy enough to sit here, like obviously have my boys taken care of and then sit here and just play around while they like do whatever they, you know, have their tablets or they play. And, you know, I'm literally right here with them while they're doing that. And so I can kind of just sit back, sit on my computer and let them play, let them have control of the TV. When I'm not like watching YouTube and they're like, oh no, not this again. Or at least like my 3-year-old. My 6-year-old's all for it. He's like, yeah, mom, what are we going to watch on YouTube? If you've seen my celebration for 150, I have a video where I did a house shaped like 150. It looks a little like LSU. It is what it is. But he and I did it together and it was a little unhinged and very colorful and fun. But he's definitely like a little YouTuber at heart. He's all like, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button. I don't know. Like he's here for it. I thought it would be really fun to have a little pond in the backyard, so to speak, this little fenced-in space. You know, give those golden retrievers and all those pups a place to just like get by the water. I put some ducks in there later on, and it's a lot of fun. Kind of just take a moment, smooth it out. Terrain is so like, it takes a moment to get it the way you want. And even then, it's still a little like, ugh, there's some sharp edges that wouldn't be real. But I pretty much just try to make the pond look like a bean. Try to make it like look organic in its own right. So this is where I'm starting to decide, okay, I really just want to do 3 exam rooms. I thought it would be really fun to have the actual veterinarian's office. Sorry if I've said veterinarian. Blame it on the cold. It's all like the nasal is just... It's all good. I'm fine. Huge Friends fan. Oh, this may date me just a little bit. I mean, I was like real young when it first came out, but I'm a super big fan of it. And my other sister made a comment how I'm like Monica when she's sick and she's like, I'm fine. And her brother's like, you're not fine. If you add a D to find, and I'm butchering that quote, but basically how it goes. So I'm very nasally today and it's good. We're just rolling with it. We're happy. We're not super healthy apparently, but we're happy and healthy enough. It's that time of the year, you know what I mean? And I'm in Texas, so literally like it's hot. The rain came. Now it's cold. Like Texas needs to get it together so that I can stop being sick and my kids can stop being sick because I'm not here for all this like wishy-washy weather. So in these exam rooms, I I know this is a little like unhinged, a little not status quo, but I thought it would be really nice to have like a cat tree, a food bowl, water bowl, which I know you only necessarily need like the food bowl in The Sims, but we're putting both. I also put like a kitty litter box. My idea with this was that it just needs to be a comfortable space for your pet. So if your cat needs to like lounge in the tree or go to the bathroom, or your pup needs some water or like a little treat, they've got those things right there. Obviously you won't really use them, but I just think it adds a little something extra. It makes these little rooms real special. For the outside, I wanted to make it really colorful and really fun, very bright and open. I do put a lot of windows in here, and I don't necessarily like close them. I put some curtains, but that's about it. We have the main paw, which is yellow. The office of the veterinarian is a darker blue color. The pink exam room, the blue exam room, and the orange exam room. And I'm just kind of all here for it. I think that's really fun. And then kind of the main color in the lobby area, that's not the word I'm looking for, but you catch my drift, is a nice like seafoam green color because it's just beautiful. And it's like mint green, seafoam green, those greens and blues, those blue-green colors, green-blue colors, whatever you want to call them, are really relaxing colors. And so even if your pet doesn't know what's going on when you're there, at least you can kind of have like comfort. You're not in these like stark white walls and where it's feeling very clinical. Like it's just a calming, comfortable place. So at this point I've gone in, and like I said, I talked to my sister and she was like, well, every exam room I've ever been, there's a desk with a computer at it. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. So what I did was add in little counters and a bar stool with a little laptop on it, almost as if your veterinarian comes in, brings their laptop and works on their laptop and puts their notes in and things like that, just to add a little bit of realness. I just thought that was kind of fun. And I know my sister was right that we needed that like little computer, like sit down area. As for curtains, I kind of play around a little bit. I wanted to keep it really open. And I really wanted, like when you're in the exam room where you have the option to kind of see in the back, see the little like pet park, if you will, where other pets are maybe out there playing. And my thought for this pet park, there is a gate that is put on the opposite side that I'm working on right there. And my thought is that like, this is open. You can come bring your pet to the pond, let them run the little course, come sit at the picnic table and just hang out. I put some park benches in there too, and just make it a space where, hey, you don't need to bring your pet to the vet. Well, that's okay. Why don't you bring your pet and let them come hang out at the park? And I know that there's like literally a park across the street, but hey, you know, sometimes parks are busy and you need to go to a different park. At this point, I was like, you know what's needed? A break room for your staff. You need somewhere that they can go and sit. And so I start trying to reconfigure this front area where the surgery center is. I had put like a little storage closet, if you will, but it wasn't really big enough to be a full-on break room. So I changed everything back, and I literally just kind of pull some things out, push some things around, and I make this like very nice, lovely triangular break room. At first I was going to use a table, and then I decided very quickly that I'd like to go ahead and use kitchen counters again with some bar stools, a very like built-in moment. And it changes a little bit from here. I go ahead and put a fridge in here, and then I put some like little bags of food in here because remember those exam rooms have food bowls, so maybe this is where they keep their like extra treats. You know, it is a little bit of a storage room, but it's also where your staff is going to come in here. There's some like inspirational pet posters, just hang in there with a cat, you know. I just thought it was a cute little moment to have like a staff room. So whenever they need to take a break, they can come in here. And I also put a mirror in here, which almost feels a little weird to me, but doesn't. I've worked in different department stores that had mirrors in the break room. After your break, you were able to kind of like check yourself out, make sure everything was good to go. And then you could go back out and you know, didn't have anything unhinged happening to you, anything crazy going on with you, spilt mustard on you. I don't know. Made sure your hair looks good still. Who knows? I just felt like that mirror was like a little extra something. Then I got to have fun with all these little decals that I never use, and I love the little colorful ones. I do end up getting rid of those and using the black ones that you get with the vet career. They were just really cute. I like the way they look. But at this point, we're kind of getting in, doing little cluttering things, final touches, if you will, just trying to make the offices and the reception area relaxing. It has like little plans, file folders, things that look very medicine-y official. We're officially getting in here with landscaping, and this is like a little park, right? So I wanted to make sure there were some nice trees and lots of plants around the front. I don't do a whole lot of plants inside the park area. I wanted to make sure there was a lot of space for your pets to play and not filled up with a bunch of plants. But I do go ahead and do some landscaping in the front. Just wanted to make it really pretty and just add a little something extra to the front because this is shaped like a paw print. So the front reads a little flat. There's a flat roof. The front is a little flat minus the dip in the paw. So I really wanted to have some landscaping that kind of felt a little overgrown. It felt too stiff to go in there with like edged out bushes, you know? So I go in with lots of pretty white plants, white flowers. Try not to take away from the front any, but just add to it. I went ahead and put some lights around the building and just tried to make sure that this place was lit up at night. At this point, I've got the back laid out. We are just kind of really doing final touches. I'm going to get in here and do terrain paint in a minute, and that's going to be it. I will say that I did not paint the ceilings. It felt very right for the ceilings to be white. I always feel like I need to paint them because you can paint them. But for this, I went ahead and left the ceilings white. Like I said, felt on par. Most offices are going to have white ceilings. And so here I'm just having fun with the landscaping, kind of making it look like those spaces that have a lot of foot traffic. You know, obviously the little obstacle course, walking out to the obstacle. Oh my gosh. Walking out to the obstacle course. Wow. My brain just shut down and said, nah, lobster. Okay. Anyways, final little moments of going in here, adding terrain paint. Let's go ahead and jump into the screenshots. I hope you like this video. If you do, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep coming back for more. If you want this build, you can have it for yourself. It's on the gallery. My EAID is katxthrash. I hope you hug your pet, squeeze them, maybe don't squeeze them. Just love on them a little extra today. Make sure that your pet knows that they're loved because pets are literally like so special and so precious and your best friend, really. I mean, like I said, I love my sister's Chihuahua. I get to work with her every day. She is our little office dog. It's the sweetest little thing. And she just gives me all the feels, and my kids love her. They call her their cousin. One day we'll have more pets, but for now, Miss Bailey Brat is just the best dog ever, and I know that you feel the same about your pets. Happy Pet Day, everyone. I hope you have a great night wherever you are. Bye, y'all.